In today's video, I want to share with you the top 6 market-moving events that are going to be happening in the month of September. As a crypto investor, you have to stay up to date with what the heck is happening, the big events that could shake the markets in either direction that are coming up. So in today's video, I'll be covering those events for you. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that is a topic that you are keen to learn some more about, make sure you're subscribed to Lark Davis channel, that you gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. By the way, every single week, my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report. Every single issue, you're going to get a deep dive altcoin report, top tier technical analysis, a step-by-step decentralized finance tutorial, my portfolio updates, trending coin analysis, top token sales, latest airdrops, and much, much more. All that for less than $10 a week. Click on the link down below me here where you can learn more about becoming a member today. Let's get into the news here. So, the first big event that I want to talk with you about is the Kusama crowd loans. So this is actually the second season of this, the second round of this happening. So from September 1st, which is tomorrow, we will see crowd loans once again going live. This is the auctioning process for Kusama. Kusama, of course, the Canary network, the little brother of Polkadot. Now the first set of auctions that happened on Kusama, we've had some incredible results for those. For example, Moon River, which is the Kusama version of Moonbeam, which I'm mega bullish on. Moon River came out of the gate with like a 6x return for investors. It's now doubled, so it's like a 12x return for investors. It's gone absolutely crazy. And the craziest thing about that is, at the end of the bonding period, you get your Kusama back. So you get to have these massive profits from getting into the auction, and then you get your KSM back in the future. Cool, man. Absolutely cool. This is totally crazy. An incredible amount of money has been made by investors in the first round of auctions, where we saw major players like Moonbeam launch Moon River, Akala launch Karura, and the rest of the projects as well. Now we're coming up to our second round here. We're going to see a lot of great contenders coming in, going after those slots on Kusama. So this starts from September 1st, one auction a week, goes for the next 5 weeks. So it's an ongoing event. Very excited to see this continuing to happen, because it means that the Polkadot ecosystem is truly finally coming to life with actual parachains launching on Kusama. People can go and actually start playing around and doing stuff there, which is very exciting. It also means that we're just one step closer to seeing all of this happen on the Polkadot main chain. I get the feeling that we're not that far away from the Polkadot team announcing when they expect to see these auctions happening on the Polkadot main chain. I expect that, much like we've seen the hype build around Cardano's smart contract releases, we'll see a similar amount of price hype build around Polkadot when we do get a more definitive date about when those parachains are going to be launching on the main chain. In the meantime, Kusama is going to keep making truckloads of money for investors. So that is definitely something to keep on your radar throughout the month of September. The next big story here, it's about NFTs. So the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs will be auctioned off over at Sotheby's. Now, Sotheby's is a massive auction house. These guys, one of the biggest names in the business, selling some NFTs for the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Man, that one just went totally frickin' bonkers. I guess bananas. It went bananas. It's more fitting for ape NFTs. But wow, minimum floor price for these is around 50 Ethereum right now. Of course, they had their big mutant ape sale the other day that also went totally crazy. And look at this thing. It's just happening. It's crazy. We have big investors throwing crazy sums of money into NFTs right now. And it's not just Bored Ape Yacht Club. We see other NFTs as well. Obviously, there's been a lot of very high profile sales this year, but we just had Christie's announce that they're going to be doing a big sale of art blocks. So that's, we talked about art blocks a few days ago here on the channel. There's some really incredible pieces in the art blocks collection. We've been talking about that in the newsletter since before some of the massive markups in prices happened on a lot of these major NFT collections. But man, oh man, this is some prime time coverage right here for NFTs. The world's biggest auction houses are going in with these newer collections. We've seen them auction off big collections like from Beeple, very famous NFT artist, or we've seen them auction off CryptoPunks before, but now we're seeing them coming in with these really new collections, and they're going to make truckloads of money. It's going to be all over the press. We're going to see NFT mania, of course, pick up even more. So that's definitely something to be keeping your eye on, these very high profile NFT sales. The third major event, Columbus 5, coming to Terra. So I made a video breaking down why Terra is so important, what's so interesting about it, what the price catalysts are, what Columbus 5 is in more depth. So if you want a bigger breakdown on Terra, definitely go and check that video out. I made it a week or two ago. But this is going to be a pretty big event for the Terra network. It is now, of course, a top 20 cryptocurrency. Last time I checked was like number 12 or 13 by total market cap. Terra's a beast. The UST stablecoin has been growing in market cap all the time. Of course, everybody wants to be able to get in to Anchor Protocol, earn that 19.5% APY, just crazy, crazy returns right now for stablecoin lending, basically. So, wowzers. This is a big event, though. Columbus 5, it's a major, major upgrade for the Terra network. So, essentially, what we're going to see with this is that we're going to have better interoperability coming in as they connect into the Cosmos IBC. We're going to have more Luna burning coming in, which of course is good for the price of the Luna asset, pushes it up higher. We're also going to have a situation where with this new upgrade, we're going to be able to have more applications coming into Terra. Now that is very, very interesting because you have to remember, Terra has gone from very lower market cap all the way up to a top 15 coin now with just a small handful of applications. They have the Chai app, they have the Anchor Protocol, they have the Mirror Protocol, a couple others that have come up as well. But we're about to see a big explosion of new products coming to the Terra ecosystem, all of which are going to suck in more UST. In order to get more UST, you need to burn Luna, which keeps pushing the price up. So a very, very, very big event. Now, just to keep it all in perspective, when we do see these major upgrades like this one is, what you can see happen sometimes is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. So we could see a potential price correction just based off of that theory alone. We're not even bringing up the charts here or anything, just based off of how often we see buy the rumor, sell the news playing out in crypto. So after this launches on September 9th, by the way, it's on September 9th. After this launches on September 9th, maybe we can watch for some price discounts in the days after that for Terra. Now that is just a temporary situation. I think this is a very bullish asset that has the potential to do very, very well in the coming months. So that would just be a temporary situation. If it happens, right? If we do get that buy the rumor, sell the news kind of effect playing out. But this is a big, big upgrade coming for Terra. So definitely a bullish event here for them. Now the next one, also a potential buy the rumor, sell the news victim. Cardano, man. Cardano. We are getting smart contracts, man. September 12th. It's the day. It's happening. It's super exciting. This is a great moment in time for Cardano. Getting to that starting line of the smart contracts are out. Now let's release the Kraken, so to speak, and release the ecosystem. Let all these projects come out. We've seen a lot of recent launches preparing to come out on Cardano. So we've seen a lot of decentralized finance protocols and NFT protocols and stablecoin products and all these different things looking to launch on Cardano as soon as smart contracts go live. It's 12 days away from now. 12 days away from now. It's very, very exciting to see that this is going to be happening so soon. This is a new era coming for Cardano. Super exciting. It's a very impactful event too, because right now Cardano is the number 3 cryptocurrency by market cap. Of course, it has a massive community as well. So when we do see these smart contracts going live, expect a lot of people to be aping into all the DeFi and all the NFTs that we see on Cardano. We're also, of course, you have to keep in mind, buy the rumor, sell the news. It does happen in crypto, and that's for Terra or for Cardano. Neither of those situations should it be a bad thing. I think people often misframe these kind of events as being negative. Well, no, it's not negative. It's just people get super, super hyped up, and then it happens, and then, the hype dies down a little bit, which is fine, but you start building out your ecosystem. Things start happening. Those events start having their effects, and if you are a long-term holder, well, you should be happy to buy more on a dip, quite simply. So I'm sure a lot of people will be watching for a post-smart contract launch dip to be gobbled up. Now, the 5th big catalyst here for the crypto markets, the Federal Reserve. So this is an interesting situation that we're particularly watching for September 21st and the 22nd. There will be a Federal Reserve meeting, and in particular, what we're looking at here is tapering. So what is tapering? Tapering is that the Federal Reserve is likely going to start cutting the amount of bonds that it's buying each month. That's going to do that before the end of the year. Now, what does that mean for a crypto investor? Well, potentially nothing, potentially a lot. We see without a doubt that the crypto markets are not immune to what happens in the traditional markets. So if this tapering starts playing out, as of course they seem to be saying that's what's going to be happening, they're going to be buying fewer bonds. So as we go into this tapering time, that could cause turmoil in the equity markets. So we could see the stock markets taking a hit, particularly near the end of September, if he does announce that the tapering is going to be happening, if he announces how much tapering is going to be happening, when it's going to be happening, etc., etc. Even just the uncertainty around this will spook the stock markets to an extent. But when it actually starts happening, that's a pressure that brings things down. So that could actually lead to a correction in the stock market, which may or may not lead to a correction in the crypto markets. With so many institutional investors getting into crypto, they will be also selling their shares if they think there's going to be a wider market correction. If these guys think the stock market's going to go down 5 or 10%, they might be exiting their Bitcoin positions, looking to get into cash to be able to, of course, rebuy later on. So it's a pretty important event. We'll see how that plays out. Now, the market, because it's already expecting it, it may be priced in to some extent. It may not be that big of a deal. The tapering that's announced may not be very extreme. That might just be a slow slowdown, which may not impact things dramatically. But it's definitely one of those macro events that we need to be keeping our eyes on, because what the Federal Reserve does and how the U.S. equity markets react to those events can have very far-reaching consequences. You have to remember the U.S. equity markets are more than 50% of global stock markets altogether. So what happens there can have some pretty damn big impacts, especially considering that the U.S. is also one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency investor markets. So we'll definitely be watching that one closely. I will update you when we have some more information to talk about it. But the taper's coming. The only question is how soon and how much. And what will it do to the markets? And the final story for today. The infrastructure bill, man. The infrastructure bill. This is happening on September 27th, or let's put it this way, the party leaders have pledged to vote on it by September 27th, so it could come before then. And of course, a pledge of a politician means nothing, basically. So you never know, it might take longer, last-minute negotiations, pushing things longer, but we're taking September 27th as the date to talk about this here. Now, why is this important? Because the infrastructure bill, for some damn reason, contains some of the most comprehensive legislation ever put forward in the history of the United States on the cryptocurrency industry. Now, it's a double-edged sword because regardless of whether it passes in its current form or if we get an amended form come through, it does give a massive level of legitimacy to the cryptocurrency markets. It does say to institutional investors that here's your clarity, here's your regulatory clarity, here's your tax clarity. Everything is now set in place for you guys to bring in trillions of dollars and pump the markets up like crazy. That's whether we get the current form of the bill or whether we get an amended version of that bill. Regardless of how it ends up, it's going to be a net positive for the cryptocurrency industry. But we have to just take a moment for a caveat here because we really want to see an amended version of this coming through. Now, in the Senate, they were unable to get those amendments through. There were a lot of senators fighting to get those amendments put in. Didn't happen. They voted to pass it with no amendments at all, pushing it over to the House of Representatives. Now, if the current version goes through, it'll basically make it much more difficult for miners, stakers, developers, users of a lot of different products to comply with regulations when using decentralized networks in the USA. Now, it will push more business towards centralized services. So you can still do staking via Coinbase because Coinbase will have the license. You just can't do it on your own without getting a broker license. Of course, can it actually be enforced? Seems pretty slim to my mind. The Treasury Department has said that they're not going to enforce it. They've said that, hey, look, the definition of what a broker is should not apply to this, but words are one thing. What's written into a bill and can be applied at some point in the future, that's a whole different thing. So we don't really want to see the unamended version getting passed. We want to see the amendments come through that really clarify the language and make it very, very certain that the United States will welcome the crypto industry, will provide a situation where it's a good environment for developers, a good environment for users, and we can, of course, get that regulatory and tax clarity coming through, which everybody's been asking the U.S. to legislate on for years. So hopefully we get the amended version. If not, well, it's still an overall win, but it's not the kind of win that we really want to see happening. But those are definitely the most important events. I think regardless of which way it goes, it's going to be a net positive for the cryptocurrency industry. But I think that if we do get the unamended version, it will have unintended and partially intended negative consequences that could cause some jitters in the crypto markets. Anyway, those, of course, are just the top 6 events that I'm keeping my eyes on for the month of September. What about you? Is there any other event happening in the month of September that you think we all absolutely have to know about? Hit me up down below in the comment section. Let us all know what it is and why we should be paying attention to it. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.